Alright, so let's start live streaming. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. It's been a while since I live streamed, to be totally honest. I thought, hey, I might as well just do it because I have a little while today. And I just haven't done it for, I guess, a decent amount of time. So we'll just go ahead and do it today. So we have a Lizardman Shaman task. First Lizardman Shaman task. I'm over halfway done now. I did it off stream the other day, like yesterday. Or I don't know, it doesn't really matter what day, but it was like 2, maybe 3 days ago since I had started it. No Dragon Warhammers yet, but that's the main reason why I did unlock Shamans. Now the hardest part about this will just be finding a world, so let's go ahead and find a world that we can do this properly on. Okay, we're gonna have to hop. That's fine by me. I mean, it's not fine by me, but we'll have to hop around for a little while. Please. Anyways, why am I running away from that guy? Let's stay right here. It's pretty early in the morning right now. Oh yeah, let's see if anybody's on. Okay, no, nobody's really on. Let's take a look at this. One guy. I really hope I don't have to hop worlds all day long for this. But the day that I tried it, I had to hop maybe like 2 or 3 times, and I was... Come on, bro. Worst case scenario, it's going to kick me off here soon because I hopped too many times. Alright. The problem with this place, though, is that the main DPS or damage that you actually deal comes from your actual cannon rather than like your main weapon. Like blowpipe can still do plenty of DPS here, but the main thing that it does is, the cannon does a lot more DPS because you have to walk around a lot for the purple guys and the little mobs and what have you. So the main thing that you got to do is let your cannon do most of the DPS. Now I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. It's not a good sign, is it? Please, just let me get a world. I'm trying to stream here. I'm already over halfway through this task. If I hop a few more times and we don't get it, I'm just going to... Now we're going to wait a little bit so we don't get kicked, because there is a timer if you guys don't know. If you hop too many times in a short period of time, you'll actually get temporarily kicked for like 2 or 3 minutes. Now back to what I was saying originally though. It doesn't really matter what your range level is. I might just do the regular Lizardman if I have to. This is getting ridiculous. It's 9:45 a.m. on a Friday. Okay. Now I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna go put this in the... I have some food. I'm gonna go refrigerate my food before I get too into the stream. Okay. Please let this world be open, man. I'm so sick of this. Oh, why, bro? Please, enough. I mean, for real. I'm just about to crash somebody. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but like, I'll either crash somebody or do the regular guys, because I really don't want to, what's the word? spend all day on this task, and it's also quite a long task. Let me take a look. I think there's another place I can actually do shamans. I'm pretty sure there's other locations. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, Lizard Man Caves, perfect. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Let's go to the Lizard Man Caves. I've never been here. It's a long run, a very long run, but I think it's worth it. Especially since this area, they can only be done on task. So let's take a look here, where we must exactly go. And then we'll get there ASAP. I'm just going to be doing a lot of alt-tabbing for this part, but I should have brought maybe another stamina pot. Hopefully this place is just as easy to do these. It probably is, but what do I know? I've never done them here before, but I've seen other people do them here. Or I don't know if this is the place I've seen other people do them, but I do know that I've seen people do them in other locations. That's why I looked it up. So this should be a boat ride, I think. Hopefully it's like a boat ride or something. Because apparently according to this, we talk to this guy and it takes us there. Okay, I guess not. Apparently you can just run straight across. That works too. And then you go up here. Now this is where it kind of gets a little bit confusing. Is there another little bridge right here? Okay, we gotta make it to there. Yeah, so we can just run through here. Perfect, perfect. Oh gosh. So far I don't really like this path because it's very far and there's plenty of lizard men in between. That's true. I was thinking those were the shamans. I'm gonna be annoyed if I need a rope or something. Perfect. So how does this work? I don't know if I like this. Wait, this isn't multi-combat? Interesting. I don't know if I like this. I think I'd rather have the multi-combat area. But this is a lot easier, so we might... I mean, we only have 60 whatever, so... You know, we might as well just do the task here, because it'll be a lot easier, I guess, or simpler. It'll be a lot simpler if I just do this task here. It's really annoying that I can't use my cannon though, but we do have a blowpipe, so I think we should be okay. Especially, I mean, since we're 99 range, I'm not going to complain about this, but they have, what is it, 150 HP, right? I'm not sure though, I might not even have enough darts for this, but I'm not totally sure which is more of an expensive method. Just doing the flat out blowpipe or using cannonballs. Wait, do I need prayer for these? Do I need prayer for real? Was I praying earlier? I don't remember. I truly don't. I guess I had to have been, huh? Okay. I mean, we should definitely still profit from this task, so whatever. But all we need then is just prayer pots. And of course, the occasional prayer pots and the occasional, I'm trying to think what it is. Prayer potions, occasional food, but mainly an inventory of prayer potions should do quite nicely for these. We do. I hope I have my blessing still on perfect. There's a ring that gives prayer bonus. I forget exactly offhand what it is. Ring of the treacherous ring, maybe? That ring would be really sweet here. Oh, that's not what I clicked at all. I told it to pick up the dwarf weed. Anyways, this is definitely doable. I'm going to bring more prayer potions next trip. We're just going to max out prayer pots. It would be really nice though if they stop spawning the little purple guys, because that just really makes everything much more, or shall I say, it just makes everything that much more complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise we could just kind of AFK these, but I don't know. Jagex has always been against AFKing. I'm not totally or 100% sure why that is, but it doesn't really make a difference either way, but because these are pretty much easy enough. And hopefully we get a D Warhammer, but being that this is where we're at, we don't need our blowpipe anymore technically. So technically all I need is my amethyst broad bolts, a rune crossbow, and our Armadillo D-eyed book, and that'll be very much more cost effective, and then we'll probably definitely profit on these tasks, but the only issue with that is it'll probably take 2 to 3 times longer. Well, maybe not 2 to 3 times longer, but especially without a Slayer helm, like, you know. But I might do that because it'll be much more cost efficient, especially in terms of rune med, especially in terms of, like I said, cost inputs and GP outputs. Man, this guy won't stop jumping. But honestly, I like this place better. Like I said, it's just a lot more AFK. It's still probably about the same in terms of click intensity, but like you're always going to find a spot. You have to be on task to do these. I don't quite understand why you can't put a cannon here. Maybe you can somewhere else here, I'm not sure, but regardless, like, it's okay, you know? I mean, I'll probably just stick with the blowpipe for this, but at least until I run out of prayer pots, which won't be too much longer. And then after that, we'll see what happens. The heck's this guy doing trying to attack us in a single combat zone? I wonder if that guy can actually hit me while that guy's jumping. That's why I stood there, because I didn't want that guy to end up hitting us, but it's all good. Whoa, how's he hit me at 10 from that distance? But anyways, I could probably even just, whoa, not now. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we still probably can. I was about to say I could probably even just tank this guy with my specs, with the purple guys, which is always one positive to using the blowpipe. But let me take a look. We've already used not that many scales at all, actually, considering we've profited in terms of drops. So yeah, I don't know about if we probably still did even with prayer pots. So yeah, it definitely makes more sense to use the blowpipe here because you still profit. But obviously, let's not kid ourselves. We're just doing this for the chance at the... Oh my god, those guys are owning me now. But like I said, you know, let's be real here. You know, we're just doing this for a chance at a Dragon Warhammer. If we do get a D Warhammer, we can do a lot of other things like Corporal Beast, Abyssal Sire. That'd be really sick when we can do some more higher level bossing once we get the D Warhammer, if we get the D Warhammer. You know, I've only done probably like 1,000 total Lizardman Shamans, so... But that's why I unlocked him as a task. So... Because, I mean, I don't like to grind Shamans. It's very click intensive. Quite annoying. At the Lizardman Canyon. But this place kind of eliminates a lot of that, so that's actually quite nice. Oh, that's a big spec heal. I wish, or shall I say, I think that if you finish these actual shamans off, the little spawns should disappear after you finish the KC. That would make a lot more. Same thing with Skatizo, even Jad. You know, why isn't that like a feature or a mechanic? You know? Like after you finish the shaman, the little guys should disappear. That'd be really nice. I would love that feature. Same thing with Jad. I mean, you know, I feel like I thankfully it's never happened to me, or I would be very upset. But you know, I've seen a lot of the videos or even the pictures or whatever where people, you know, they finish Jad, but they die on after Jad's already finished, and then the spawns or the little guys are still there though. So basically, what happens is they die to the healers, and then, you know, you don't get your fire cape, which I don't know, man, that would piss me off so much. But I got my fire cape, so I'm happy about that. But man, that would really annoy me. That's all I have to say about that. But they should really have changed they should have really changed that by now. That's my opinion on that. I wish I knew though about that, because I'm gonna have to bank already. You know, we only did like 4 shamans, 10 shamans already. Wow. Okay, we're actually going through this really fast. I thought I only did 4. I probably very well will then finish this whole task by the next inventory. After I get my full inventory of prayer pots, like, we'll be set. I'll just bring our Dorn teleport runes then after this, so that I can go back to Durdale straight away. I mean, the run's a fairly long run back to the Lizardman Cave, but for what it's worth, I mean, I can't really complain too much, you know? Now you can wait like 4 seconds and then run just like that, instead of having to click, but I mean, I just kind of like to leave it on walk. I find that works like the easiest for Lizardman. See, and then you don't have to worry about something like that happening, and then misclicking and taking a bunch of damage. But it's fine. You know, whatever. But a good part about this is, as long as you have prayer pots, you won't really need to bank, so... You know, you don't need food here. I mean, you can if you screw up a lot, but we're not really screwing up too much. So we've used 200 scales almost, which is like 40k, maybe. So, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say we're really losing too much money. What's up, man? Just doing some Lizardman Shaman, of course. I got this Slayer task like yesterday, so... I guess you could say at the same time, you know, like we're on the Lizardman Shaman grind. I mean, sorry, the Dragon Warhammer grind. But I guess I'll go ahead and bring my screen closer to read chat a lot sooner, because it says it's been a while since you sent that message. But yeah, I definitely like Lizardman Shaman in this location. It's pretty nice. It's a lot more peaceful, you know, that's the word that I would use for this. It's a lot more peaceful. Wow, there's a lot of misclicks. But yeah, it's a lot more peaceful in this zone. And I think you can almost always find a world if you do them here. I mean, because it's Slayer task only, so... I also think the GP output is actually more. But I mean, that's kind of expected since it'll take 3 times as long. And of course, yeah, no one's online right now either. I don't know, I find it weird. Like, every time I'm on, there's not really anybody online on the friends list, but it's not too big of a problem, I guess. I mean, there's one guy on. So it's all good. I just want my Dragon Warhammer. I'll probably... I don't know. I guess it really depends, you know? I was thinking, like, maybe after, if I ever get the Warhammer. I'm not going to say after, but if I ever get the Warhammer, you know, I'm not totally sure if I'll toggle these, meaning, like, you know, make it so that they can't be assigned anymore. It really depends. I mean, Dragon Warhammer, I'll have to take a look at the price of it, but besides, like, raids or God Wars, I don't really think there's any other monster, especially one as easy as this, that can actually drop an item that's worth that much money. So we'll do this one, and then I'll just bank and get prayer pots. I really, really wish that... I really wish that... Oh, come on, bro. Stop it. Really wish I would have known that ahead of time, but it might even... I don't know. I think it would be fine based on our current KC, but I don't know. I might have to get more Zora scales by the end of the task. 200 for 14, so multiply that up by 4. Yeah, no, we should be fine. We should have like 800 scales left by the end of this. Oh, banged me the 11. So yeah, all in all, we should be able to finish this by the end of the next trip. I'm gonna bank the cannon. I mean, that's really where all of our run energy went the last time. Should I go for maxed melee? I mean, yeah, man. If you want, I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have prayer pots. I totally forgot. I was like, I guess that's just the cost of... I've always seen people that say that to me. It's like, there's not really any point to rushing max melee unless it's like, you know, for example, the only real time that's really worth it in my head is if either you want a trimmed cape, you feel me? If you want a trimmed cape, you don't have any other 99s, or you want to just start like solo raids or something like that, and you know what I'm saying? Unless you have like a goal or something, or a reason that you need max melee like super quick, I don't really see a purpose into doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my belief or my opinion on that. Oh yeah, I need antidotes. So we'll restock. It's good though. I do like this place a lot better. We're 73k until level 100 range, which obviously those are virtual levels. I did untoggle virtual levels, so hopefully it doesn't display it in my total level area, but still like keeps a tracker on the next amount to the next level. But we're at 14.3 million range XP, which is actually a decent amount. That's why I always say though, you shouldn't really ever like rush 99s, because like if you play long enough, you're gonna get it eventually just through casual play. Let's go ahead. We'll get everything. Just bank everything. Screw it. Then we'll get out our runes. I mean, I know I shouldn't take this much, but screw it. One stamina. I don't think I need to get any cash out. And then, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Yes, antidotes. Alright, if there's anything else besides that I'm forgetting, somebody please let me know right now, but I think we're pretty much good. That looks about right. Range potion, maybe? I think that's good. That's like 2 or 3 hours worth of antidotes, so that'll definitely be enough. I mean, I really hope this task doesn't take me 2.5 hours. So now we just start the journey back over there, and then we'll be good to go. We got 46 left, I believe that is. I think that says 46. It's a rare day today that the sun is just absolutely shining. So and unfortunately the way my setup is, like the window's right behind me. So, and I can't fully close the blinds because, well, I don't want to get into detail, but I can't fully close the blinds or I'll get yelled at, I guess, basically. Because it's not my room or my area. So, and the person whose area it is has to have the blinds open. It's like something that just really bothers them. But, you know, no hate, no disrespect, it's all good. But there is a little bit of a glare, so just a little bit. I do close them like halfway each, because that seems to negate a lot of the glare. But the other thing is, there's another window, and that's where most of the glare comes in. And unfortunately, I can't do anything to that window or whatever, because just the way it is, like it's just glass. Like there's nothing I can do to do it. It's like the light always shines through that part of the place, so there's nothing I can do about that side. So there's always a little bit of a glare on the screen, which is a little bit annoying, obviously, but you know, it's cool, I guess. It's not too big. It's not a big deal, you know, so it's all good. But hopefully, man, we get a Dragon Warhammer. That's really all, like I said. Let's not kid ourselves. That's all we want. We only want a Dragon Warhammer. That was a little bit of a weird emoji thing there, but I don't really mind doing Lizardmen this way. When you do them the other way in the canyon, I'm not going to lie to you, it is very tedious. Anybody that's done that before can tell you that. So, you know, very, very tedious. Whereas this method, it's still a little bit tedious, but it honestly doesn't seem that bad. Or as bad, I should say. Oh, come on. Big boy spec. Let's go, man. That's what I'm saying. Why do people bother getting 99s when most of the time it doesn't really make you hit higher anyway? It's so irritating. It's like, oh, I'm going to end up dying. The one time I feel like I don't need to bring food. I'm like, yeah, everything's cool. And now it's like I might as well just go bank now. I also didn't even bring my Zarek talisman. Because I mean, I should have, but I guess in my head at the bank, I was like, I guess I'll just finish this task out, this inventory, so I won't need it anymore. But obviously that's not the case now, is it? Alright, we gotta get out of here. There we go. Just get me away from that corner. And now nobody's online. Interesting. Another 7? Please, man, I really don't want to die here. It's such a long run. I don't even have my Zarek talisman. Like, come on, bro, don't do this to me. Stop spawning purple guys! Please! My god, man. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Again. Like, come on, bro. There's 2 spawns! Oh my... and then I accidentally misclicked my... Thank you for not hitting me on that one. He should have hit me on that one, though, because I did It's okay. It's easy to dodge. You just gotta focus. I really wish I brought food, though, so that I wouldn't have to be as, like, focused on it. You know, because the fact that I didn't bring food just means I gotta hope to hit big on my specs. And ultimately, that's how I always died in the Shaman Canyons. Was mainly like whenever I ran out of food or something. Well, I've only died there like twice, I think. Once to lag. I'm not going to discredit that. I lagged once. And then the other time was like a legitimate death where I was going to resupply my cannon. And when I resupplied, you know, these like, you know, when all 3 of them are aggroed to, alright, we're going to die, aren't we? A 0. Oh my god. Come on. I can't make this up if I tried. That's going to be a while. Just drop me some chili potatoes. That would be the best drop right now. Chili potatoes. I wish there was like a little food spawn. Even like, let's say, You know, let's say even like a cabbage spawn or something, that would be fine for me. Because I really don't need that much food here, but point being that it is necessary. At least for the time being. But yeah, so as I was saying, you know, when it's come on, bro, please, you just spawned him. But when it's multi-combat, you know, you can have a good it's possible, it does happen more often than I'd like it to, when you're doing the 3 spawn at the Lizardman Canyon, where all 3 will actually spawn the little guys all at once. And as a result, there's, how many do they do each? I think 3 each. So you got 9 purple guys all around you at all the time, or 6, because a lot of time, like you can see, they'll both just spawn them multiple times back to back. So a lot of the time, you know, you'll be dodging guys all the time like that, and you know, when you have to refill the cannon, sometimes you just gotta tank the damage, or just wait it out, I guess. But I always just try and tank the damage. That's the only real other time that I died, just trying to really just absolutely extend my trips to the max without having to bank. But other than that, shamans are very easy. The other time is when you get like backed into a corner like that, and then, you know, you get kind of trapped, so you can't walk to the left or the right then. But that's why I always like to go over here and then I go up, because that way it's a lot nicer in terms of like dodging the purple dudes. So but as for that, the other drops, we've only gotten, I think, 1 of those mystic stabs today, right? So that's the best drop, I think, is the 25k. Besides seeds, you know, you can get snapdragon, toadstools, all that. Spec on, I mean eagle eye on, give me a big spec, please. There we go. I mean, that's not a big spec, but I don't know, maybe it was 24. Yeah, no, I think I can do like 36 or 37s with the spec, with myth darts, with the blowpipe, of course, which is actually pretty good. I can't attack that dude? Okay, I guess you can't. So that's actually something to note. These guys aren't able to attack you while they've jumped up in the air for some reason. And then we're back down to 37 HP. It's all good though. I knew I should have brought sharks. I mean, I thought about it too. I even said that. But I was like, nah, it's not that bad when you're at the Lizardman Caves. So I didn't think I'd really need it, but it's all good. No worries. We should still be able to do this task pretty easily. As long as I can dodge those purple guys. I'll put run on. Oh, never mind. We don't need it. We're good. Totally fine. That's one of the other reasons, because I knew that these things drop the chili potatoes. But ultimately, I didn't think I would need any food, but technically we still don't. What's on the air runes? I thought those were deaths. I did do a few levels, by the way, off stream, I think, you know. If you guys or anybody that ends up watching this can spot the level differences, then consider that like I guess a spoiler, because, you know, it's going to be in the next video. If you can spot any of the levels we've gained since then, you know, then you'll know a little bit in the next video. But I'm going to try and slowly level my skills, you know, for Dragon Slayer 2. And we got to do King's Ransom so we can get Piety. So that's kind of what I'm working towards. Mainly Piety, but I don't have to level any skills for those quests. I just need to get 70 Prayer, which I think I have it banked, honestly. So once I just get around to doing the quest, then we have Piety and we can own everything. I also tried the Gargoyle boss off stream. There's a few clips of that that are going to be in the next video. Gargoyle boss was pretty simple. But until I get Piety again, you know, it's not worth it for like 1 KC trips, because that's all I could get with my stats with the whip. So once we get Piety, we'll be able to do a lot more. obviously. Oh, see, I don't like when they spawn there. If they spawn there and you run to the opposite side, so for example, if they spawn them to the right of you, and you're on the left side and you click to the right, then you'll take at least one of the damages unless you set it to run. Because that's an extra like 2 game ticks when you go left to right. And then when they pop, they'll be too close. You'll be too close to them by the time they pop if they spawn there. So you'll have to make sure that when you do these, you gotta make sure that doesn't happen. So if you guys see any red that lights up on the ground, that's a Dragon Warhammer. Hey, what's up, man? Still no Dragon Warhammer. I mean, it's still very possible. You know, like every KC, we can still get the Dragon Warhammer. But my main goal right now is just to... Well, the main thing when I unlocked them was obviously the Dragon Warhammer, and also to add a little bit of variety to our Slayer assignments. So, besides getting the Dragon Warhammer, this is actually kind of a neat little Slayer assignment. So, the XPs are kind of average, I guess. I mean, we already got 4.2k. The only thing I don't like about these things, being that they're kind of a boss on their own, or as JagX considers them like a boss on their own, you know, you don't get any... There's no superior version. Ooh. That's a good drop. 5 rune or 50k. I did happen to forget about those. I got a few of those the other time. So, in terms of that, I think that's their second best drop, besides seeds, of course. We got a Torstal seed. I got a few Snapdragons off this task already, so that's pretty good. And of course, we're 63 Herblore now, so we have close to over 100 super restores in the bank from doing farming. So that's really good, obviously, for when I do plenty of other bosses, I guess. If we ever need a Zami Brewer or whatever, so we'll have super restores aplenty. Or, I mean, technically I could even substitute super restores, obviously, for prayer potions, but I'll only do that if I run out of prayer pots, because I have plenty of super restores. And then I have a good, like, I think I even just planted, like, 40 more Snapdragons. So once I do another farming trip, we'll have, like, another 30, 40 Snapdragons. As long as none of them died. And then I just got, like, 2 or 3 more seeds off of this task. So, I mean, we're set for quite some time. I mean, I've never bought any prayer potions or super restores. I mean, I have, but everything that's left now that I have in the bank, 100% purely farming related. And I have probably a total of 200 prayer potions and restores combined. So I have like 100 restores and like 70 prayer pots. So, I mean, that's gonna last me quite a while. And it just seems like the more I do Slayer, the more I get. So that's gonna be really sick when I get like 1,000. The other good thing about that though is when you do that, you know, I kind of save them for if I really need them, but I'll most likely sell whatever extras or excess amounts that I have when I get more money for tacits. You know what I mean? So for example, let's say we have like 27 or 28 mil. You know, so then we'll just scrape everything extra out of the bank and just toss it for that extra 1 to 2 mil. And then we can afford our item that we get. So that's what I usually do. So I usually just kind of save everything. I don't really have anything else I can buy, I don't think, besides, of course, like, I mean, I could buy a Twisted Buckler again. I could get, and what's the price on that now? Let me take a look at that. I sold mine for like 5.8. 6.3? Okay. I mean, I don't really care if that ever goes up to like 20 mil. I'll still buy it again eventually. It's just a matter of, I guess, it's just a matter of, you know, whenever I need a Twisted Buckler, I just don't have anything that I really need it for right now. So I sold it. When I hit 70 agility, we're going to do Ceradome and God Wars solo. Because that's the easiest one to solo. Whoa, my mouse button got stuck. So yeah, once we hit 70 agility, we'll be doing some Ceradome streams. For a little while. Just a little while. I need a, whoa. Still want an Armadillo crossbow at some point. But I'm not going to worry about that until we're 70 agility. So once we're 70 agility, we'll do some God Wars. Saradomin. Once our melee is higher, I might even do some solo bandos. I don't know yet. But Armadillo solo is kind of out of the question for now. I'm not going to bother with it. I think out of all of them, it's the hardest to solo besides like Zamu. But I can solo Saradomin really easily, so once we hit 70 agility, which I do believe I need for, I forget what quest it is, but we do need 70 agility, especially, and we also need that for one of the achievement diaries, so we will probably be 70 at some point. I just can't give any time frame when. Oh, and I hope I get another Kraken task today. That's a Kraken pet is definitely one that I'd like to get at some point. And I feel like the Kraken pet's like one of the easiest to get. I say that because like when you just do Krakens, obviously you can only do them on Slayer. You know, there's no real point to skipping a Kraken task. 0 point. So it's like if you just constantly do your Kraken tasks, you know, like I've seen people with 10,000 Kraken KC plus. One sec, I gotta answer this. Somebody's calling me. Alright. Let's finish out this task. 25 left to go. Shouldn't take too much longer, but man. We definitely have enough supplies, I believe. +5 on the range. We'll definitely boost ourselves back up. I wouldn't mind another chili potato drop. That would be pretty sick. I did get 2, I believe, Zarek talismans, which is kind of a notable drop because I didn't do the diary. So basically what I'm saying is that's, I believe, a 1 in 250 drop rate. And long story short, like, we did like 100 shamans. So I mean, obviously they're untradeable, so it's kind of useless, but still pretty good, man. I mean, like, that's decent RNG. I can't tell you, before I did these tasks, like, I probably went like I think I had to do like 500 regular lizard men before I actually got it. I have no clue how I just took all that damage, but somehow I did. Please don't melee. He just kept hitting 10s. Or did he spawn some purple guys that I missed? I don't really know. He may have spawned some purple guys. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is I didn't see him, so that's a little bit weird. As far as I could tell, I just got hit with the... what is it? The... And my spec hits another 0, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to bank or something and heal up. I mean, if I die doing this, then so be it, because I'm not going back for food. It's like, if necessary, you know, I don't know, I guess I can't use redemption now that I think about it. You know, I mean, like, I could use redemption, but the problem with if I did redemption was, you know, you need prayer for these, so we'd just get hit right back down to like 10 health anyway. So most likely, oh, that dude jumps right away. He's going in for the quick KC, man. I think those guys can do like 30 plus. Like 30 plus if you get hit with the jump attack. So like, no, and that guy punched a 30 earlier, so you know, we're literally like 1, maybe 2 hits away from dying. We do have 21 left, so it should, I mean, like I said, if we can dodge the purple things, which sometimes I think it like glitches, if that's the word that you want to say. You know, like glitches out. So like sometimes you'll be out of the zone that they pop, but it'll still deal damage. But those things I think can only do a maximum of 10. So we can take 2 hits of that and we'll be fine. I just need a big spec, that's all we really need. So once we get spec back, we'll just pop Eagle Eye on. And then, you know, we'll repot up at whatever, 50% spec. Alright, let's check the darts. Yeah, so we've only used 400 with... Come on, bro. How does that happen? So we used about 60k worth of darts. And we made almost 200k according to the tracker. Well, actually, it's over 200k now because... It's over 200k because, yeah, 276k. But we don't sell the runes, but... I still do count those profit because when we do Dust Devils, we make a lot more money than the runes are actually worth. So it doesn't even make a difference on that end. Alright, here we go. Big spec, please. No zeros. That's fine. 27, 31 health. That's perfectly fine. So we can tank like 1 melee hit or 1 jump. So we'll be fine now. 650k per hour cave hires. I don't believe that. Unless you just factor in black masks. I mean, I've never actually done cave hires, but I don't really see why that guy would have a reason to make that up. I can't even do cave hires. Shaman KC? I don't know. I would say I'm probably like, maybe like 1500 if I had just a random guess out of the blue. 1500 KC. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I know it's over 1,000, so definitely. Oh God, please no, please, 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 thank you. I would say it's like 1,000 plus. I would go 1500 if I had to place any numbers. It would definitely be 1500. I mean, this is definitely more cost effective though, for sure, compared to 3,600 dry. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. I'm just doing this on task, and if I end up getting a Dragon Warhammer, then, you know, so be it. If not, then, you know, whatever. But yeah, I definitely would hate to be 3,600 dry. I don't really mind doing them in this zone, or this shaman cave. I find it's actually a lot more nicer here instead of like the Lizardman Canyon. Clan chat bingo? Oh God, I was reading chat. Whew, I was reading chat and misclicked, but what's clan chat bingo? I don't really know what that is. I mean, you get a prize or something for KC. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think I would really ever do shamans without like on my own free. Oh, come on. Why do we gotta hit a 0 with the spec? Oh, that sounds pretty sick. I mean, unless your drop is the Dragon Warhammer, that sounds more like torture than anything. Sounds pretty sick. But, I mean, if you're getting a Dragon Warhammer, I mean, I guess if there's multiple guys doing it. Come on, there's no way I could have dodged that one. Please don't melee. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, if you have, it depends on how many guys you have on your team, but yeah. I guess that wouldn't be too bad because, you know, obviously if you have like 10 people grinding for a Warhammer, you know, that you could easily, if you grinded it all day, you could easily get 1,000 KC or more in a single day. So you could get like, let's say 10,000 Shaman KC across your whole group in a single day. I mean, I guess that wouldn't be that bad, but it's all a matter of how many people you have in your group. If it's only 2 or 3 guys, I mean, like, that's a big step. Yeah, 1,300. Yeah, that's what I said. You can easily do like 1,000 in a day if you really grind it. At least I say at least 1,000. Also depends on your range, but you know, if you do, I don't think shamans really make a difference what your range level is. You know, I think as long as you have a cannon, you should be able to do them pretty easily because your cannon does more DPS than your range. Even me being 99, like I deal much more damage usually with my cannon than my blowpipe. And that's just because at shamans you gotta constantly be moving because they spawn the purple guys. But like this and things like this, where it's like single target or 2 target DPS, obviously blowpipe. All of them have blowpipe. You did 1,300 in a day in here? Because that's not possible, man. Because you have to have a Slayer assignment to do them in these caves. So, like, I don't know how you were getting 1,300 KC a day in the caves here, but I don't think that's even possible. Unless you're 99 Slayer and you have, like, 40,000 points that you're blowing through every day, then it's not possible to do that. Because out of, like, 15 tasks, this is the first time I got... I don't know. As far as I know, this is like the only place. Well, the other place is also single combat. I'm not totally sure if the other place needs a task, but Or I don't know if the other place needs task. I know the canyon and this, or I mean, I know the Lizardman Canyon, you don't need a Slayer task. Can you use a cannon at the other spot though? That's the real question. Because I was pretty disappointed here that you can't use cannons. Just because obviously it makes it so much faster. I mean, I'd probably be done with this by now if I could use a cannon. Although it probably is, I mean, using a cannon is much more, you know, cost. Okay. Almost got wrecked. 5 HP. It's gonna be close. We got 11 to go. I need some chili potatoes. I'm just gonna be straight. We're probably gonna die here. And I guess that's not that big of a deal because like all we have to do is run straight back. As far as I'm aware, this place is not instanced. If it is, I'll be quite annoyed. Because I'll lose all my runes and shit, but pretty sure it's non-instanced. Although it might be. Nah, they would have had to warn you first before you walk in here if it was an instanced area. Whoa, don't run that close. No cannon? It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, it's a lot longer than if you don't... Oh, yes. Give me the rune ore and get out of there. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot more time consuming though if you don't just do them at the canyon, but the reason that I looked up another zone today though was because, you know, I couldn't find a spot this morning. All the worlds were full at the Lizardman Canyon. So I spent a good like 5 minutes just trying to find a... Please hit. Oh my god, man. My spec doesn't hit that time either. I'm probably gonna die here. It's fine though. We'll just run back. But man, 2 zeros on my spec in a row at 99 range. Potted up with Eagle Eye. At least like the first spec I did Eagle Eye and missed. I don't think I had Eagle Eye on the second time. To be technical, but still. Like that's ridiculous. Did that many zeros. Canyon's a lot more click intensive. It's faster just on the fact that you can use a cannon. You know, cannon does a lot of DPS. Cannon has better DPS at shamans than the actual blowpipe itself for multi-targeting because it hits all 3 of them. So like if you can find a world at the shamans at the canyon, I do believe it is a little bit faster. But most of the time you'll get crashed and stuff, so I think like long term between finding worlds and that kind of thing, I do think that it's probably better just to do them here, and that's why I'm here right now as well. So it's all a matter of preference though. Right, exactly. But it is faster regardless, but I would probably still rather do them here. This is a lot more AFK. I also don't really need food here, so it just makes more sense. And I think I also make more profit here in this cave because like I said, cannon is very expensive because no matter what you lose 160 or whatever per cannonball, whereas the Zora scales are the same price as the cannonballs, but you don't always lose one every shot. But at the same time, like, I don't know, you know, because cannon is also faster, it has a higher max hit, and that's using like dragon darts, which is obviously just stupid. But I don't know, I do think that this method is more GP, because the other method you'll still use Zora scales but also sea balls. Yes, thank you. About time. Oh god, no. Holy crap, dude. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I said already, I'm pretty sure we're gonna die. That's fine. We'll just run back. I went to pick up the chili potatoes. I was like 90% sure that I was 2 squares away. But I mean, I guess I was 1 square away, I don't know. But it's not that big of a deal. We have our Zarek Talisman. I'm pretty sure we still have our full Zarek. Yeah, we still have our full Shazen, so that's totally cool. We'll take some prayer pots. Range potion. I don't even need the range pot actually. And then we'll take a stamina. And should be good. As long as that spot's not instanced, then it doesn't really matter. So now we just go back on the long run. I had a feeling, like I said, if I hit anything with my blowpipe specs, we would have been 100% fine. But I'm 99 range, potted up with Eagle Eye, and I had to hit 2 zeros back to back. I mean, come on. What's the chances of that? 50-50? God, that was irritating, though. Ripperino. I only have 8 left to go too. That's so annoying. It's like it couldn't have happened like any other time except I did not bring my antidote with me though. That could be a potential problem. I should have brought food this time though, damn. I don't know, man. It's gonna be close again. I might die this time because I don't have my antidote with me, but I'll just pop the Zero Shinami on and we'll run back if necessary. I'm not gonna risk it this time around, so we have 8 left to go, then we'll grab a new task. And why is, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but for some reason my phone is not playing text message or call sounds anymore. You know, my phone, I mean, I think it's just because I have my sound off, because I use my phone to read the chat off the side. I have another monitor at my house. I may bring it here and hook it up so that's easier that way, so I can just read it. But I mean, it's totally fine with my phone too, but the problem is like if people call me, like I can't hear it, because if I have my sound on right now on my phone, then it would also play my stream audio back, so it would have two, you guys would hear the stream twice, because, you know, antidote, it's what we need first. Perfect. Yeah, so all of our stuff is still there. I just wasn't sure if this was an instance zone or not. I was like 90% sure it wasn't, because they have to tell you if a zone is instanced before you get there. But, you know, it's my first time at this area, so I wasn't 100% sure, but it's all good, no worries. We'll get this task done this time for sure. Let's just pick up our blessing for sure, that range pot. And, oh, we do have a chili potato. Yes, it's awesome. And then what else? Oh, 5 prayer pots on the ground, okay. So I brought way too many with me then. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, because I'll probably just leave the prayer potions on the ground. Well, we can equip this. We could, yeah. So we have, I'll probably have to leave like two prayer potions on the ground, maybe a little bit more. But I don't want to waste any specs yet. I'm only going to eat the chili potato when I absolutely have to, or when I absolutely need to, so please tell me I have quarms already in my inventory. My, why can't it just give me herbs that I already have? And why, that's what I'm saying, that like glitches there. Because I was 2 squares away from that guy, but he still hit me. That's the stuff that needs to stop. Now let's free up our inventory space a while. Oh yeah, I guess I could do that too. Yeah, I mean, we'll just wait. I mean, depends how many, we'll have to see how many inventory space. I'm going to drop the antidote, and yeah, I'm going to drop the antidote anyway, so we should have enough inventory space by the time the task is over. As far as I know, I don't see a timer in the top left, but as far as I know, the stuff should stay on the ground for an hour. I mean, it's only 5 prayer potions anyway, but, you know, rather not lose them if I can prevent that. And then this, I'll probably just drop this at the end of the task as well, because that's, you know, that's nothing. I can't even make anything with those anyway right now. What is? I missed it. But yeah, we'll drink the range pot in a little bit. That'll give us 1 space. I'll just drop the noted herbs instead of the prayer pots. I always usually prioritize prayer potions over anything else, as long as the prayer potion's worth more than the item that we're picking up. Oh yeah, an hour. Yeah, yes, we have an hour to pick that stuff up anyway. So yeah, it's not a big deal. Whoa, way too many purple guys. I do like that purple color though. That kind of looks like Skatizo pet. The Skodos, that's what they call him. That looks like Skatizo pet without the like the wings or whatever, like the spike he has coming out of him. I do like how these little guys, the purple guys, look. What are they called? They're just spawns. It's not a very creative name whatsoever by Jagex. Now is it? So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 inventory spaces left so far. We're going to drop 1 antidote, so that'll give us 4. And then I could just drop that one as well, and that'll give us our 5th inventory space. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to pick up all the prayer pots by the end of the task. And everything will work out pretty good. We're almost at that. So what? How much range XP will that be? About 14.4 mil. I never really thought I would have 99 range as soon as I have it, honestly. But it was honestly a really easy 99. Like when I played RuneScape back in the day, like I said, blowpipe just made it a lot easier. But even just a magic shortbow, because I did an MSB until like 90 range. I'll also take the chili potato. We'll pick 1 up just to be safe, because I feel like I might take a little bit of unnecessary damage. I wouldn't mind another Abyssal Demon task. I don't want to spoil anything for my next video. But the last Abyssal Demon task we made what I would consider quite a bit of money. We got a really good drop. So I don't want to spoil anything for my next video, because I didn't stream it. Normally I stream all my previous video clips, but I was not streaming at the time. So I would not mind another Abyssal Demon task whatsoever. Oh, I accidentally knocked the potato. Good thing there's still that other one on the ground. So yeah, I wouldn't actually mind another Abyssal Demon task. You know, I was actually quite pleased with my last one that I got. Drop-wise, was actually quite nice. When we get a Dragon Warhammer or Piety, we'll do Abyssal Sire. But until that point, we'll just do the regular Abyssal Demons. I don't have the diaries completed, so no, I don't. I mean, I have like a lot of level 50 stats. Pretty sure you need like a lot of 70s for that, don't you? So maybe even 80s. I don't really know. I'm going to be skilling when I have more time to play, which will be about next month sometime. Like towards the end of August, I'll have a lot more time to play. So until then, I'm just going to be doing combat and stuff. And then like next month, I'm going to do at least like an hour a day of skilling to work towards like other diaries and stuff like that. So, you know, so on videos or streams, like towards the end of August, we'll have some skilling content. I mean, I don't really plan to grind it wholeheartedly, meaning like 24/7, because that's just boring content. You know? So, like, because I'm going to be doing it with the AFK methods. Like, I'm going to be doing motherlode mine for my mining. Might even do, like, dart tips or something for my smithing levels, you know? Like, I'll be doing it with all the AFK methods, so I'll only do those, like, an hour, 2 hours a day. Just so I don't bore the stream too much, you know? Whereas Lizardman Shamans aren't the most interesting thing, but it's a lot more interesting than watching me cut trees or, you know... Alright, assignment complete. And my phone's not capable of running RuneScape mobile, so I can't Seriously? Forgot my water runes. So yeah, I can't play RS Mobile. As for woodcutting, I mean, I don't mind it though. Honestly, I'd personally rather just do it on my computer, but it's like if I did have it, I probably would do a little bit on mobile. But anyways, well, I always forget something, man. 100%. Anybody that's ever watched my videos or streams, and now we need a stamina potion. You know what? Screw it. Let's just walk there. We should have enough run energy by the time we get there. We also have 323 points, so if necessary... Wait, what? I don't like that one at all. That's a new option. They just added this. So now I can't left click to go there. Now you actually have to select Brimhaven. So they added a Remington, a quick trip to Remington. That's something new in the last update that I just noticed. Which kind of defeats the purpose of having a house there, I guess. Because as far as I'm concerned, that'll probably take you to... I'll show you where I think that takes you. I think that takes you right here, if I'm not mistaken. And the house portal's right there, so it's really not that far off. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe the portal takes you elsewhere. But I'm 90% sure that's probably where the boat there takes you to. So it's only like 30 steps off the actual portal. Alright, let's get a new task. Give me... Okay, that works. Let's go ahead and do some AFK gargoyle tasks, yeah? We'll get about 500k by the end of this task. I'm going to gear up for the superiors as well, so that'll be quite nice. I started taking prayer potions, and here's our restores now. We have 139 super restores. I mean, that's actually really good. So we have 145 super restores, but we only need really 2 of these. Then we'll take our blowpipe, Carol's tap, wherever that is. I might have to resupply my... No, okay, I guess we did last time. Remember to repair our Guthans. Let's get our Carol teleports, rock hammer, and see if I have everything. Yes, first time, boys, we did it. We managed to get everything out of the bank the very first time that I actually tried to re-gear. I also thought about doing the gem mines a while back, but man, is that a grind. Now for this, I don't even take full food supply anymore because I don't have enough inventory space. By the time, like, the problem with gargoyles is, like, you know, when it comes to gargoyles, they drop so much miscellaneous stuff that gem mines are it. If I ever had the diary done, I would just do it at the underneath the diary place. But man, gem mines suck unless you have the diary. I mean, it doesn't suck, but I mean, like, you'll never find a world. There's always those dudes that hop worlds. You know what I mean? So, but in terms of profit, like, it's really good money. The XP's are it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you have the diary, it's pretty good, but without the diaries, I don't really recommend anybody does it, which obviously I don't have the diaries yet, so that's why I do Motherload mine for now. But grats on the pet, man. I don't have any skilling pets or anything like that yet, but I mean, I'll probably get one eventually, I would expect. I wouldn't mind... Oh, we'll have to hop worlds, won't we? Oh, look at this guy. Is he 99 range yet? He has guardian boots. That's what those are. I was looking at that like, what the heck is that? He has guardian boots on. And then just full armadillo. Shout out to that guy, man. That guy's got a weird setup for gargoyles. He can even safe spot him as well up there, or you can safe spot him over there. But that's Doesn't really make sense now that you think about it though, does it? Because he's got magic short bow, but full armadillo. So it's like he's going for the welfare setup, if that's what you want to call it. You know, he's trying to save money. MSB is really good for range training. I mean, it's very underrated. I did it to like 90. But if you're going for that kind of a setup, like why would you still use the magic short bow? That doesn't make sense. But whatever, man. No worries. It's not my guy. I don't have any pets yet, though. Like I said, I'll probably get maybe like the Kraken pet someday. That's the pet that I could think of. I might get it, or either like the Kraken pet or what's the other one? The Skatizo pet, because that's 1 in 65, or the Chaos Fanatic pet. Now, what is everybody doing all the time where they always spam their private chat? But yeah, I'll probably get Skatizo or the Chaos Fanatic pet. One thing I might do at some point is just make a video of like Road to the Pet series or something like that. Or maybe just do it on stream where I just spend like a couple hours a day. I don't really care about the jars. I mean, the jars are cool though. You know, there's some jars, the Kraken jar, and my favorite's probably the Abyssal Sire jar though. I love the Abyssal Sire display. I think it looks pretty sick. But yeah, Kraken pet's probably one of the more common ones. And I say that because, like, you know, obviously because, you know, being that it's a Slayer monster and it makes good money, like everybody always just does that task. So the Kraken pet though is 1 in 3,000, I think, right? So I mean, it's still pretty rare to get it, but you know, all in all, regardless, it's still one of the more common ones. Whereas, let's say like King Black Dragon, like not a lot of people, unless you have a dragon hunter crossbow, is just gonna kind of sit around and, you know, grind out the KBD pet for, you know, garbage drops. So that's why I say Kraken pet's probably one that I might get someday. I hope it gets assigned a lot. I've only gotten 1 Kraken task, but I've only gotten like 4 or 5 other Slayer assignments since I got 87 Slayer. The task after I got 87 Slayer, I got my first Kraken task, and it was pretty nice. You know, you always make decent GP at the Krakens, so I can't complain about the task whatsoever. But as I said, I might just grind the Chaos Fanatic some more at some point to just get the pet. But realistically though, like how many people walk around just flashing the pet all the time, right? Like if I get 1 pet, it's like you can't use more than 1, so it's kind of pointless if I get 1. I do like the Chaos Fanatic pet better, I think, than Kraken pet. And then I think I like Skatizo pet better than that one. Yeah, I know, but that's kind of pointless. That's why I say, though, I won't really grind for the pets because it's pretty pointless. But I might get the Chaos Fanatic pet someday. I don't know. The Chaos Fanatic pet is a really low drop chance. I think it's 1 in 400. So let me take a look. Chaos Fanatic pet is... No, it's 1 in 1,000 for the pet Chaos Elemental. Which, though, still really is kind of a common drop for the most part in terms of the other ones. Yeah. Chaos Fanatic's really easy, though. So I'll just grind the Chaos Fanatic if I get it. I'm not totally sure what my KC is, but I know I did like 200 or 300 Chaos Fanatic in a single day. Or, I mean, I could have done it in a single day without really any effort. Because I'm 99 range. Especially if I take my blowpipe, like I could just destroy Chaos Fanatic really easily. So maybe someday I can just make a series or something grinding for Chaos Elemental Pet. Although the pet's it's not my favorite by any means. It's not a bad pet, but it just looks weird. I don't know what those little things are coming out of it all the time. Not really sure if there's any other pets that have a low drop rate. I don't think there is. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but I think those 2 or those 3 are like the most common ones you can get, so if I do get one, I'll probably just get one of those whenever I do get one, I should say. Whenever my stats are high, though, I might try the Gargoyle boss out some more. Once I get 60, 70 prayer and get piety. So I might get the Gargoyle pet someday as well, but besides that, like I said, I don't care about pets though. I mean, I do to an extent. I'd like to get at least one, you know, because my whole RuneScape career, you know, like back when I played RuneScape back in the day, you know, they didn't have pets out, so I never really had a chance to get one. But it's just something I'd like to say that I got at least one at some point. If whatever pet I get, I'll probably always just do whatever I do with the pet. Unless, of course, it's like a boss or shamans, because then, you know, I'm not gonna take them on a place where I can risk dying with it, because, you know, who wants to spend $1 mil to get the pet back? That's ridiculous. So, but on like a task like this or something, you know, I'd bring whatever pet that I had with me. Yeah, I'll probably just get the Chaos Elemental one then if I ever grind it. I would say though, I think that the main thing though is, you know, you can't grind for pets. You know, you just gotta let them come to you. I haven't done DKs for a while either though, but last time I did, I didn't get any drops anyway. It's kind of pointless. I mean, technically I did. I got a bunch of Ring of Lives, I got a bunch of Dragon Axes, Rock Shell pieces. Is that my superior? Oh no, it's not, of course. I usually do get at least one superior when I do these though, so, you know, no, I haven't got one for a while. I mean, this task, obviously, but Tooth Half Key? That guy's getting owned though, man. Why would he ever stand that close? And he got froze, I think, too. I don't know, maybe he's never done one before, but the Marble Gargoyle is actually quite easy, so. Wait, do I have? Oh, thank God. I thought I had my Anguish Chamois on still. Yeah, the Marble Gargoyle I think is like one of the easiest superiors you can possibly get. I mean, as long as you have range. If you don't have range, then it can kind of be a little bit of a challenge. Because most of the time, I would say a good 90% of the time, you know, most people like just heal up on Guthans. You don't really have a stack of food supply. You know what I'm saying? After you've been into the task long enough. So, That's where the marble gargoyle can actually kind of come in annoyance, because, you know, if you pray range, that's how you never take damage with the superior. But the problem with that is that he also uses melee, so, you know, if you don't have food and you're praying range, you know, he can actually hit pretty decent. But, I mean, blowpipe destroys him. I should have brought my range potion. Damn, I knew I forgot at least something. That's what I said, man. I always leave, come to my task or my assignment, and there's always at least one thing that I forget. And I mean, that's fine. It's not too big of a deal, but I love it, you know, and it doesn't happen often, but I just love it when I leave and have everything that I need. You know, I don't have to go and get another potion or whatever. You know, but it's a rare occurrence. But when it happens, it feels absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'll have to re-aggro these in a sec. I also can't state how much I hate it when people, you know, they come to your spot or your location. You know, like that guy was off to the left, and then they always come over and migrate to where I'm at. Which is like, whenever I do this task, I'm always in the bottom right corner, because I think that's the best place to go. But just for that sake, I'm going to try and hop worlds really quick, because that guy's attacking them. It's the bottom right corner has the most of them, so unless you're safe spotting, it's the best place to be. Oh god, of course. Okay, we'll go back to the other place. The other world. I just figured out at least try and find another one really quick if possible. But, I mean, that guy's using... I mean, I'm not going to say that, because I used to use the magic short bow, and honestly, it owns. That must be... Oh! And then I hop worlds, and then that guy... Alright, somebody else came here. That makes a little bit more sense. I was going to say... I thought that guy went off back to the left corner when I hopped worlds, but nah. So I guess maybe somebody took his spot. I don't really know. But no doubt if you guys ever do this task, the bottom right corner is the best place to do it. Because, like I said, there's the most gargoyles in a small area. So, like, they aggro you much better here in this corner than, like, anywhere else. Also, haven't seen any mithril bars yet, but for some reason, I don't know what the drop rate of myth bars is when you're here, but the mithril bars are actually a pretty, like, uncommon drop, I guess. Like, you know, by the end of a task, I'll usually have, like, you know, 100 plus steel bars and this and that, and I'll have, like, you know, 1 mithril bar drop by the end of the task. So I'm not really sure what the drop rate on the myth bars is, but it can't be that high. Or I guess it can't be that common. That's the word I want to use. It can't be that common. Oh yeah, I hate the rune ore drops though. I think that's one of the worst drops I can get here. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the other drops are great, you know, because they're noted. You know, the rune ore price is totally cool, but, like, the fact that it always takes up an extra slot in your inventory, I don't like that. Most people, or should I say, like, some people that just super AFK these, like, a lot of people that have, like, gargoyle alt accounts, they'll just, like, high alch their rune ore, because they don't want to go to the bank. As long as they have, like, full guthins, you can stay here. Most likely, like, forever, as long as you have your guthins full set equipped until your guthins degrades, you know? You can basically AFK as long as you're online. And of course, as long as they're still aggroed, but, you know, that's usually not that big of a deal, or a problem, shall I say. And... okay. I don't know why people's private chat always goes off like that. Because if you use the world switcher, you know, the quick switch, like 90% of players do these days, it doesn't show up in the chat like that, so. But, I mean, it did show that he was hopping worlds, so I don't really know why that happens. But, I mean, look at all that there. Like, that's 4. Doesn't really bother me, but I just always find that weird. Because a lot of people that I've asked say they use the world switcher, but yet it still, like, spams your private chat like that. So I don't really know why it actually does that for some people. And then other people do it, and their account doesn't, you know, their account doesn't display that in the chat. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. Unless it's like a glitch or a bug or something, I have no clue. Wouldn't that, I guess it could be. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with Jagex if it was. You know what I'm saying? 106 to go. How many have we done? 39? Yeah, that's pretty good. This task will give us about 500k, if not more, by the end of it. So that's always nice, you know. It's free GP. I'm not gonna complain. The XP here, though, it's about average, I guess. Nothing fancy. Slayer and combat XP, you know, nothing too major. I also love the death and chaos runes. Usually the death runes, though, they don't drop that many chaos runes. I mean death runes, but they do drop a lot of chaos runes, which is great for Dust Devils. Which I may start getting on the Dust Devil grind again and work towards getting myself closer to 99, if you will. You know, that I gotta grind out magic more, I guess. And then eventually I have to get a Tormented Bracelet, and then we'll have max mage, obviously. Or shall I say max mage damage. And I'm pretty sure I can afford the bracelet now. But pretty sure I can afford the bracelet now. But you know, that's you know, the other main thing that I ever use magic for these days is like Krakens or bears. You know, and I can't really justify 14 mil on that. I've never fully understood what really magic is good for in this game, aside from like spells, obviously. But what I mean by that is like, in terms of like making money or pking, like what is the purpose of magic? Like magic attack bonus, because like, you know, at Barrows they have no magic defense. The Kraken, you don't need magic attack bonus, you know what I mean? So aside from like just the items like the Tormented and Zenite gear, and of course the Occult, you know, like and of course besides pking, but I don't know anybody that's, and I mean, I know a few people, I've seen a few people, but realistically here, I don't fully understand what you would use, you know, like Tormented Bracelet for. Besides bears or things like that. Maybe raids, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you're ranging, you can use it at Bloodvelds for like magic defense, but you know, I've asked a few people, nobody's really ever been able to give me a realistic like thing that you use magic attack bonus for. Because like 90% of the things that give you money or like high level bosses, like you don't really need magic attack bonus. So I'm a tad confused, and I think usually D'hide even over Arams. I could be wrong, but I think like D'hide or Carol's / Armadillo has higher defense bonus than Arams. So I don't fully understand the point of it. Like out of all the attack styles, magic is like one of the most useless in terms of PVM. Magic attack stats. Magic is definitely not useless in terms of doing PVM or PVM options. I want to make that clear. So if you do, let's say, you know, bears or even raids, like I've seen people do raids like the spiders and things. You know, even on raids, you don't really need magic attack bonus. You know what I mean? I've seen plenty of people do raids with just a trident. So I don't really understand the point of magic attack. I really don't. Unless it's PKing. But no one's really going to PK with a... Unless it's a risk fight or clan PKing, no one's going to really just run out to the wilderness with Zenite. You know, no Tormented Bracelet, no Anguishes. I could try later on. Like I said, once we hit Piety, we'll do the Gargoyle boss for a little while. I think as long as your stats are good enough, I've heard a lot of people say, you know, that the Gargoyle boss is less GP per hour than the regular gargoyles, but I don't necessarily know if I believe that. Every time I did the Gargoyle boss, every single time, literally every time, the only drop I actually got was Mithril Bars. I think I got like 35 or 55k worth of Myth Bars every single drop. So I don't know, like, you know, all the other drops they have, but I know they have decent other drops. And of course I think I think they dropped the Granite Hammer. Could be wrong. And I think I know they dropped the Tourmaline Crystal, which is like 5 mil, so like I said, we can do those things when we get Piety. But as for the boss himself, he's honestly not hard at all. You can do it with like base 70s pretty easily. But I mean, to do 100 and some KC at the Gargoyle boss would take so long. Especially right now. Because like I said, I can only do like 1 or 2 KC trips. But nah, the Gargoyle boss, I did it on my first try. It was pretty easy overall in terms of that. The pet though, if nobody's ever seen the Gargoyle pet yet though, that's probably no doubt one of my favorites by far. I just freaking love that thing. It looks amazing. Because like it has like an orange glow underneath of its feet as it walks, so it looks pretty sick. I think that's one of my favorite pets in the game by far. I think the Gargoyle boss is by far my favorite pet. That or the Infernal one I think looks pretty cool. Because I think the Infernal one also has like a underglow, if that's what you want to use to call it that. But again, it's like, it's 1 in whatever 1,000 drop rate, like 1 in 3k or something. And I couldn't imagine. I can't even imagine 3,000 KC at that boss. Let alone somebody, I mean, there's people out there, you know, I'm just being real here, of course. There's people out there that's done over 3,000 KC and still don't have the pet. You know, so I feel bad for all those people, but man. Yeah, I know, Grotesque Guardians, that the Gargoyle boss takes way too long. That's what I said. Right now, without Piety, I can average like 2 KC per trip. I have a friend who's max main, and he says he only gets 3 to 4 KC per trip with Piety. So I can't imagine that, you know, that would take just way too long. Even just for a regular task of 100, that would still take like 2 hours to do, if not longer. So that's why I just stick to the regular ones for now. I mean, I'll probably try them out again when I get Piety and everything, just to see how different all the bosses are with it. But, you know, right now, like, I just have no interest in doing it without Piety. Yeah, so 3 to 4 KC trips, you know, and the trips take a while too. I mean, they don't take too long, I guess, considering it's a boss and how high level they are, but I mean, in terms of all that, like, It just doesn't seem worth it. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't really seem worth it to do that boss. Unless you're an Iron Man, you know what I mean? Yeah, so you're looking at a good 2+ hours per whatever assignment. I definitely take way over 1:45, but I'm also not maxed. And I also don't have piety, so I've also used a whip when I do it. I don't know if that makes a difference. I never actually looked about their weakness, but I don't think they're weak to stab or anything like that. At least not like majorly weak to it. I don't think that matters too much. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you always profit there as far as I'm aware, but you know, it's like I'd rather just do these and it's a lot faster. Arguably, the GP per hour could be the same. I mean, depending on your RNG, obviously. I just used DDS. It actually hit pretty good. DDS is still highly underrated. I also don't even have bandos, so you know, that's also a decent, I mean, not decent, but still, I guess a little bit of a setback in terms of like efficiency. Bandos has the same defense bonus as Bearer's Armor, except you have the slight prey bonus and also obviously the strength. Yeah, DDS is always good anyway. As long as it hits, of course, but yeah, it did like 85% of the time, if not more. I'll just finish this task out, same trip, you know. I have plenty of supplies this time, so we'll just heal up with Guthans when necessary. We'll be out of super pot soon, but I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. Should have at least brought one range potion though. And I do expect at least one superior by the end of this task, at a minimum. Because I almost always get at least one superior when I do these things, so we'll just have to wait and see. Slayer levels, I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't look forward to anything right now until 91, which is obviously Cerberus. And once I hit 91 Slayer, I'll probably just grab myself a Zamrock Hasta, which is one of the best in slot, I guess, for Cerberus. And then we'll make some big GP. And then we can just level our non-combat skills and just rush it as fast as we possibly can. And then we can grind out some of those other quests and stuff like that. I mean, arguably Cerberus is better money than God Wars, so you know, it's like I can just buy the God Wars items once we hit 91 Slayer. Especially since I'd have Primordials. So it's like if I ever get a Primordial Crystal, we can just sell it. And then that'll, I mean, the Primordial boots are worth more than Tacits. And then it's almost worth the same price as 2 bandaged chest plates. So I mean, once we get our Slayer level higher, we'll be set for quite a while. But I mean, 91 Slayer is gonna take. I don't want to sound like I'm making that sound easy. It's still gonna be a very long grind. I mean, I don't even know how much XP level 91 is, but man, I have quite a while to go yet. I think like 85 to 91 is probably almost like the same as 85 to, I mean, I think like level 1 to 85 is like the same as level 85 to 89 or something like that. It's crazy. But I would like to get my Slayer level higher. Even hypothetically here, let's say we don't even ever do Cerberus. I'd still like my Slayer somewhat higher. Slayer just gives me something to do, I guess, in the meantime. I can't say it's always fun, but it still gives us, it always gives you something to do. And I think that's why a lot of people do Slayer, just because I'm not going to say it's always fun, like I said, but it makes it, like, if you grind the same thing every day, all day long, it'll get very boring. And that's where Slayer comes in. Because when it comes to Slayer, like, you know, they always tell you to do different monsters. And to me, that's how you keep the game interesting. You know what I mean? Whether it's, you know, using it with different weapons or doing different monsters, that's really the only way to keep the game interesting. You know, if you do the same thing every day, all day long, same monster, same whatever, you know, it's just going to get boring fast. So, and that's what happened to me when I played this game back in the day. I just did like the same thing. I'd log on, do the same thing every day, all day long. And, you know, eventually you really do get really bored. And then I just ended up doing things like standing at the Grand Exchange all day, doing nothing, you know, so that's why a lot of my skills aren't as high as they are yet, because it just burns me out super quick, so I do everything in small increments at a time. Or just do Slayer, because, you know, I just explained why. I think that's just the key to any game, though, or really life, I guess, you know? Just make sure you don't do the same thing every day, all day long, unless you really enjoy it. I mean, you know, like, there's skillers who just absolutely love woodcutting, there's skillers that absolutely love fishing. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, that's how I have to do it. I'd love to see more Rune 200 swords. I feel like I haven't gotten that many rune drops this task, have I? Yeah, we got 5. 6 adamant plate legs, though. You know, I'd love to see those addy legs just stop spawning and get the heck out of here. That's the problem, though. I'm also not 100% sure because I didn't really look, but I think the adamant plate legs have like the same drop rate as like the Rune 200 swords and what have you. I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I think, I mean, I'm sure the drop rate is a little bit different. They probably have like 5, maybe like, let's say addy legs are probably like 1 in 50. Rune legs might be like 1 in 55 or something like that, probably. That's my guess. But regardless, I'm getting sick of adamant plate legs, man. Favorite item, obviously Rune 200 swords. No, Mystic Rope Top, actually I think is Gargoyle's best drop, aside from like in Boot Heart or Superior drop tables, but you know, I don't factor those in on the regular monster. I think they also need like a multi-combat zone for these. They can just use a cannon. This guy's using Karambwans at Gargoyles. It's a little different. But I definitely think that they should have multi-combat areas for every monster in the game. For sure. Like, let's say hypothetically, let's say I had max gear. Like, let's say I had like a Grazi Rapier here. Full bandos, a Vernic Defender, all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, these things would be dead before they could even respawn quick enough. So I think that's something that they could kind of factor in. But how much is a rapier? Because that's something I want to get someday. I think the rapier looks quite cool. 153 mil. I mean, I'd definitely probably get a dragon hunter crossbow before a rapier because, you know, you can use the crossbow to make a lot more money than the rapier. Unless I do something like toss the rapier onto my pure account and then just do some pure pking. But, you know, there's just so many options on this game you can do. You know, and there's never really any one option that's really right. You know what I'm saying? It's all RNG based. Something like, let's say hypothetically, right? Finding a guy that's risking 20 mil in the wilderness, and he's never PK'd before, you know? Or, you know, it's no different really than just getting a good RNG drop at let's say God Wars, you know? It's Riago, 60 left. It's good money. How much did we say we were at? 380k. So I said every gargoyle task is guaranteed 500k. 500 plus. So that's why you never skip gargoyle task. Oh, there we go. That's what we like to see. Our boys, 1 defense account, right? Safe spot in Bloodvelds. That's what we like to see. That guy can safe spot. That's what confuses me. You know, you can safe spot over there. You can safe spot there. I mean, there's so many places you can safe spot. They also started vacuuming again, so I apologize if there's any noise, but, you know, it shouldn't last too long. I'm sure my microphone probably picks it up a little bit. But I've asked before, and everybody said before it wasn't that loud, so... should be alright. Every time that the house gets cleared out, or like there's nobody else in the house besides me and them, they feel the need to just start vacuuming or clean the place up, which I think is kind of funny because like by the time the person just like, by the time the other guys leave, right? Like, by the time they're walking out the door, they're already getting the vacuum cleaner out, like, getting ready to clean the place. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be, like, dirty or dusty. Like, they just have to have it clean all the time. That's... I guess you could say they kind of have a form of, like, OCD. You know, they just have to have everything super clean. And it's like, you know, I'm cool with that. You know, I don't clean it. Or I don't have to clean it, so, you know, who's going to complain about that? Aside from the noise if you're streaming or something, but, you know, I don't think that's a big deal either way. Yeah, they're already done vacuuming. That's what I said. It wasn't even like 3 minutes. I mean, they'll probably start doing some other areas, but... Wait, is that a range cape? It is. Our boy's got 99 range too. Wow. That's what I say, man. Today, in this day of old school, like, everybody's got 99 range. You know what I'm saying? It's not really an achievement these days. It's like, you know, you say, like, I got 99 range, and everyone's just like, LOL, you know? It's like Soda's... Let's take a look. So does 132,000 other people. You know, it's not really like a big achievement these days. I mean, I still think it's an achievement. It took me a long time. You know, I'm proud of 99 range in terms of RuneScape, that is. Obviously in real life, I'm not going to tell somebody like, hey man, unless they play Scape or something, but you know, it's like the unspoken RuneScape code, you know, you don't brag to other people that about your RuneScape stats. You know, most people, they'll just kind of laugh at you like, LOL, you know, this guy still plays RuneScape. I actually had a friend who, you know, I hadn't seen him in years. You know what I'm saying? Like, he moved away, he went to college, and, you know, it's like, he ended up coming to my house, and out of the blue, he was like, hey, man, like, do you remember RuneScape? And, you know, I never told him I stream or that I played. And I was like, yeah, why, you know? And it turns out that he actually still played. And he was telling me that he actually just got his quest cape. And I was like, wow, you know, he's like, because, you know, he played like back in the day like I did. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Let me fix this. I just got to notice, because I was alt-tabbing, so if there was any issues with the video, that should fix it. But, you know, so I was just telling my friend, he was telling me, like, you know, I just got back into RuneScape. And he was telling me, like, you know, because, you know, a lot of people who are in college can relate to this or whatever, but, you know, a lot of the time, things like, for example, right, if somebody in your dorm or in the college dorm does something or, you know, plays a game, then, you know, the other guys in your dorm or in your college circle will also do the same thing. You know, so he was telling me that, like, everybody in his college circle or his dorm started playing old school RuneScape as well. And, like, he was just so proud, like, after he played like me, you know, he played back in the day. He's the one that got me into RuneScape originally. When we were like, you know, we were like 7, 8 years old, and we played RuneScape all the time. And he actually was like, you know, he was pretty proud, you know, he's like, after like 15 years, he's like, I finally got my first quest cape. And, you know, for me, I don't think I'll ever get a quest cape. I mean, I might someday. Like, I mean, the thing about questing is, you know, it's kind of like skilling or combat. You get to a certain point at certain times and you're just like, you know what? Let's just do something new. Let's take a break and let's just go ahead and do some quests. You know, I do that sometimes. Hardly ever. Obviously, we have 118 quest points, but, you know, like if I get anything quest point, at this point in my life, or at this stage in my RuneScape career, quest point or quest cape. What's it actually called? Quest point cape, right? Is that what it's actually called? Quest point cape, I think, or is it just quest cape? I don't know. But at this point in my RS career, like, that's something that's like at the absolute bottom of my list. You know, I don't really ever intend to get it anytime soon. That's for dang sure, especially with Dragon Slayer 2 requirements, Monkey Madness 2, and now, of course, what's the new quest? Something like starts with an H, right? I don't know. It's something about elves. I think it starts with an H. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But the new quest is, it has a, I'll actually have to take a look at the requirements, but I mean, in terms of like, is that a new quest? No. What's the new quest? I don't know. I actually don't see it. Queen of Thieves? No. I swear it started with an H. It's something elves, isn't it? I don't see it here. Interesting. Anyways. So yeah, man, I don't see myself getting a quest cape anytime soon. I mean, I've seen people that love to quest, and I don't know how they do it, but they're like 70, 80 combat, and they have quest capes. Now, I don't think they do now with the new quest, unless you have to do like a hard boss. But now I'm thinking about it, how do they do Dragon Slayer 2 and all that with 70 range and 70 defense? Those guys must be like insane at this game, honestly. Now I'm thinking about that. I don't know how they could do that. I mean, I've never done the boss myself, obviously, yet, but I just hear that a lot of people end up having problems with it. I have a friend who's actually maxed on this game, But I think he might. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit. You know. But he had a hard time with Dragon Slayer 2. Galvic, I think, is the final boss, right? Could be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I never did it, but he had a heck of a time. He failed it like 10 times. I haven't seen him on since he started telling me about that on the one stream. Like, I don't know if he's not logged on since then or what, but you know, I mean, I checked. He still has me added on his friends list. He just hasn't logged on. And like, I think it's been close to a month now. Ooh. Yeah. The other thing is, we're gonna use this gold ore. I'm not gonna bother with mithril ore anymore, or coal for smithing, because it's just not worth it. And when I actually like checked the numbers that I was making, I'm baffled how people say blast furnace is such good money. Like, I've heard like you can make like 800k an hour smithing steel or mithril bars. It's like 100 to like 300k max when I tested it. And the XP was horrible. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I mean, like, compared to gold ore, like, the XP was trash. So when I level up my smithing, I'm just going to be doing gold ore, and I'm just going to do it off of, when we get our mining level up. And I might do blast furnace with, like, mithril, maybe if I get some, like, the coal bag. If I ever get the coal bag or something like that, then maybe I can just, oh, he hit us a lot. You know, if I get a coal bag, I could do it that way or something like that, but I really don't see how people are pushing out those profit numbers. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Because for me, I wasn't getting anywhere near that. But as I was saying, for our mining, we're just gonna, you know, because we'll get a decent amount. We'll probably get a few thousand gold ore easily from getting 68 mining, or I guess somewhat close for all the quest requirements. And of course, through gargoyles, I mean, we've already gotten another 205 gold ore on this task, so we'll just use the gold ore we get from that and our slayer tasks to push towards 70 smithing, which is a quest requirement. And that's how I plan to do it. So I mean, eventually I'll probably just buy some gold ore, because I really doubt however much I need to get to 70, which I assume is quite a lot. I'm thinking like maybe 28,000 gold ore. I say that because, you know, a full trip of 28 is like 600,000 XP. So obviously 1,000 inventories would give us like 600 some thousand XP. Right, so that would be 28k gold ore, because there's 28 slots, so 28 times 1,000 trips, 28,000 for 600,000 XP, which is, you know, 660, let's say 700k, so we'd need like 28,000 gold ore. So it'll probably take us quite a while, but, you know, 28k gold ore will be roughly like, it'll probably be like 72, maybe 73 smithing, realistically. So I might need like 20,000 gold ore. And I have no clue how much that'll add up to, but I know it's going to be a decent amount of money. I expect I'll probably have maybe 3 or 4,000 by the time we're 68 mining. And through Slayer drops, you know, so we'll have to buy like 17,000. Let me take a look. I'll figure this out here. Right, gold ore. So let's just do 4 times 28. That's 84, right? 8.4 mil maybe. I don't have offhand the zeros, but let me do this math. Aside from being in my head. Do I not have the calculator toggled? Calculator? Seriously? I think it's 8.4 mil. Let me do this on Google then. So it's 11.2 mil. I don't really know how that's possible. I mean, I guess so. I don't really know. What's 28 times 3? 84. That's what I thought. Okay, so my math was right on that part. Because I did 28 times 3. Or whatever. 28 to, what did I do? I don't even know, man. I got the math right, but 28 times 3, yeah. I guess that makes sense. I don't know where I was getting 28 from. Right, 28,000. Yeah, 28,000. I don't know, man. My math was right. I just don't know what the hell I was multiplying now that I'm thinking about it. But anyways, so it's 11 mil roughly to get to 70 smithing with just gold ores. If I chose to go that path and buy all them. So, you know, long story short, it'll be about 10, 11 mil. Strictly that, and that's the fastest method though, you gotta remember that. So that's just how to do it the absolute quickest way. But I'll most likely just do a mixture of the two. Maybe I'll do steel bars as well, because steel bars is also a decent profit. But I could do iron actually. I could do iron. I could do a mix of iron and gold, because obviously when it comes to iron ore, you'll make profit with iron bars for sure. 100% profit. And it's also quick, you know, it's also 28 inventory slots. So iron ore is the second best XP rates, because you don't have to add any coal to it. You just run there, put the iron ore in there, take out the bars, you're done. So second best method is iron ore. So we'll do, and that, but iron's pure profit, I believe, right? Let me take a look. Iron ore 93, definitely profit then. And then iron bar, of course, is where the hell is it, dude? Iron bar. Should be at the top. Yeah, 148. Yeah, that's pure profit. And of course, blast furnace, you never fail or lose any of your ore at blast furnace. It's always 100% success rate. So it's pure profit with iron ore as well as, but gold ore you actually lose. You don't make any money back really with gold ore. So we might just do iron to 70. I mean, it shouldn't take too long. Blast furnace is actually quite good XP. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. We'll also get iron ore through mining as well. And also monster drops. Got 132 from monster drops, so you know we'll have to wait and see how things go. But I only need like 20,000, which really isn't that high of a number. Especially if you consider that factor of, you know, we've already gotten, you know, 200, 300, we already got like 400, almost our first 1,000 in 2 Slayer assignments. So that should actually be pretty doable. You know, as long as I don't sell them. Because I've sold like 5k ore total already. Because I didn't think I would really be grinding it out of blast furnace. But now we'll save all of it. And it shouldn't be that hard. And then we can just grind out the smithing requirement. Yeah, of course, now there's people here upstairs again. More people have returned to the house, shall I say. It's totally fine unless they come downstairs. Then I'll probably just have to mute the audio for a little while. But other than that, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's re-aggro these, because I don't like to re-click these constantly. I always like to just AFK my tasks, so I can just like AFK the whole assignment. Whoops. We're almost done with it. We got 21 left to go, so. And what's our total profit looking like? 560K. Exactly what I said before. Guaranteed 500 all the time. As long as you pick up all the loot, or the majority of the loot, you know, it's always 500K. That's like my favorite show, like my favorite cartoon show of all time, you know, SpongeBob. You know, I just love the humor of it. It's a shame that they got new writers and all that, you know, when the original creator actually died. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But I saw one of the new episodes the other day, and the episodes just don't seem to have that same appeal or that same like click, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I saw this clip the other day that reminded me of it. You know, if anybody remembers the episode where SpongeBob was at the Salty Splatoon, and then the dude ripped Sandy ripped the guy's chest tattoo off, like he ripped the whole skin off, and then flipped his tattoo. He had a tattoo that said "Mom" on his chest. She ripped the tattoo off and flipped it upside down, and it said "Wow." You know, little things like that. I really like those little, but they don't really have those anymore. I saw the episode the other day, and I was kind of disappointed. Except that one, the one episode actually kind of went viral with that one meme with SpongeBob that was dancing around like a chicken. If anybody remembers that meme, that was going on for quite a while. Those were the good days of SpongeBob, man. Those days are no more, unfortunately. I mean, the show isn't bad now, but I think top show right now on Cartoon Network, or whatever you want to call it, I think my top favorite show is The Amazing World of Gumball. It's probably one of my favorite all-timers. Oh, Gma boys, we did it. Spec the heck out of this dude. Exactly how I expected it to go. Honestly, the Gma never disappoints. You know, you can't be disappointed if everything you expect happens, or whatever you expect to hit, you hit. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how I expected that to go. Gma is not bad by any means. It's just like, it's pretty inaccurate. I mean, I don't think it should have been inaccurate for me, being like 80-ish attack. But like a lot of people, especially 50 attack peers that used to use it a lot, generally will hit or miss a lot of their attacks. So they'll hit a lot of zeros. And that's kind of where that comment or that original thing comes from. But, you know, I shouldn't hit zeros as often as I do at my attack level. Okay. I was thinking about making a 50 attack pure a while ago, but I'm just going to do what I originally wanted to if I ever manage to continue with my pure account. I'll have to make some more big money though before I do stuff like that. And I'll just Nightmare Zone him the whole way. You know, I'll make a 75 attack account with, what's the word I'm looking for? Staff of the Dead, PK, Staff of the Toxic Staff account. 75 attack, whatever. Although I don't really feel like ever getting into PKing too much anymore. I mean, it's fun, sure, but it can also be very like annoying or stressful at the same time. Oh yeah, I just realized though, no superiors yet this task. No superiors. It's kind of a first. I usually always get a guy go superior. I mean, we have 10 left, so it's still plausible. But most likely, if we haven't got one by now, we probably won't for the rest of the task. We'll just have to wait it out, I guess, you know? Wait it out. I do love that gold ore though, man. Just give me as much gold ore as you. I would trade all these. Personally, right now, to be totally honest, I would trade all these steel and mithril bars and these gold bars for gold ores. And mithril bars are twice the price. Well, about 70% of the price as gold ore. So the myth bars are actually quite a bit more expensive than the gold ore. But I need that smithing XP, so I'll always trade that, or just sell it and buy them, but I don't really like to do that. Is that our first rune plate leg drop this task? It is. Wow. Wow, we got one rune plate leg drop the whole task. Now that's something new. Normally you get at least like 5, you know, like we got 5 rune 200 swords. It's actually a bit surprising that we've only managed to get 1. It's funny, really, almost. It's humorous. Give me another one. Close enough. What's up, man? Welcome back. Oh, slammed my keyboard there. My freaking water bottle fell onto my keyboard. I mean, I usually don't like to keep my water bottles near my keyboard for obvious reasons, but I mean, luckily nothing spilled. It's an empty bottle at this point. Well, I mean, it's enough full that it has weight to it, but it's like 80% of the way gone. Thanks, man. It's Guthin's helmet. Guthin's helmet, but we also got the Black Slayer helm. So both of them are pretty cool. I don't really like how Guthin's helmet looks. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but you know, Bear's armor doesn't really look the coolest. People don't use Bear's armor for Fashionscape. Which one? I mean, I guess I can just explain them both. So like, see there as that little like animation, the red, that like red mist or that red light that came out there, that does that heals us. So when you have the full Guthin set on, you know, and you have to use the weapon as well, that counts as the full set, then it has like a chance to heal you. And if it heals you, it'll heal you for however much damage you actually hit. So if you hit like a 30, it'll heal you for 30 health. But it doesn't heal you every single hit. So, you know, it's also unfortunately RNG based. I would rather it degrade. Personally, I'd rather if it just like degraded a whole lot faster. But it allowed you to hit or heal every single time. That's my opinion, but I mean, for what it is, it's still really useful. And then of course the Slayer Helm, that gives you plus 15% damage bonus with melee on a Slayer task. And then if you imbue the helmet, which mine is, it'll give you plus 15 to magic and range accuracy and damage as well. So you hit 15% more frequently, I guess, and do 15% more damage. Alright, so let's grab a new Slayer task. I mean, I'm fine with skipping a couple. I know as I say that I'll probably have to now, but we'll take a look. Drakes. Okay. Give me some brimstone boots already, please. That'd be really nice. Okay, so we just finished our Slayer assignments for today. We had Lizardmen Shamans, no Dragon Warhammer, of course, and we had Gargoyles. So, long story short, a little bit of money, you know, 647k, 700k on the Gargoyle task, but now we have a Drake task. So, we could get Brimstone Boots this task. I'm calling it that I won't, just because, I mean, it's possible. It's 1 out of 512, so we might. You know what I'm saying? We might, but most likely, I don't know, actually. It's really not a rare drop, so we'll just see. Wish us luck. Drop a good luck in the chat for us right now, and hopefully we can get one. So let me see, what else do I need? I'm going to take this. I'm going to use the Varak skirt for the prayer bonus this time. Let's get Boots of Stone. Boots of Stone, and let me see. Do I need, as for expense, nah, it's not that expensive. I mean, it's costly, you know, 500k there. It's probably about 3.3 mil maybe. 7, 1.9, 2.4, yeah, it's about 3.2, maybe 3.5 mil. We'll take the herb sack as well. Boots of Stone, Abyssal Whip, Slayer Helm, Torture Armor. Is that it? Yep, that's everything. We need a skills neck. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully today's the day we get something good. Well, something better. I kind of blew through my RNG probably at Abyssal Demons. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can still get something good here. I forget, do you pray mage or magic at... at the Drakes? Alright. I'm going to take an extra prayer pot to be safe, but other than that, we're good to go. This task will get about 300k profit guaranteed just on the Drake bones, so that'll be quite sick. Make sure you have 22 prayer bonus. Oh yeah, 14, my bad. I don't know where the hell I was thinking 20. Well, 22 is with the... Wait. I don't know, actually. Now that you mention it, or now that I'm thinking about it, I think 22 prayer bonus is with the initiate legs. It's a little bit confusing. I'll also get my war blessing out. Now that I think about it, for some reason I'm thinking it's range prayer. Yeah, it's range prayer. It has to be, because I remember thinking to myself, like, but they use fire breath, like dragon breath. So I remember thinking that. So I was like, it makes more sense to use magic prayer, but it doesn't. Yeah, so it's range prayer. Just remembered. Just give me 1 second here to finish this out. Oh, there we go. Ugh, finally sneezed, man. That actually hurt quite a bit, though. Because when I sneezed, like, my lower stomach kind of, like, went forward. But we're fine. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, we're good. Let's get out. Let me check this, man. I'm pretty sure. I also got my war blessing out, but I'm pretty sure. Whoops, my bad. I wanted initiate legs. As far as I remember, initiate legs are +1 prayer bonus more, right? Yeah, +1. So I'm not totally sure where I was getting +22 from. Unless that's also with the helmet. That's got to be what it was. I think it's got to be with the helmet or something. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know why or how I could get that in my head that this setup here would give us 22 compared to 14, because that's a big, big difference. But anyways, let's start this task up. Let's heal up here. Now hopefully this is range prayer for sure, but if not, it's fine. I could technically bring out my anti-dragon shield and an anti-dragon fire potion. And then we can just totally AFK the fireball. Which I might actually do that for the next inventory. Just because who doesn't like to AFK, right? Yeah, it's a Varak skirt. It gives decent defense bonus, and it gives decent defense bonus as well as prayer bonuses. So it's actually a really good item. I recommend everybody gets one if you don't already have one. It's just, in all like situations, it's really good. So it's a versatile item. Let me put it that way. It's a versatile item. It's got many uses. And for the price point, you can't really find much better for the same like stats or bonuses. Yeah, we'll have plenty of supplies for this trip. How much what? We have 106 drakes, and I'm guessing the plate skirt is 719k. You need 70 defense to wear it. So I don't know what which one you meant, but I answered two questions in one for you. It's a lot of damage there. Let's go ahead and... I love the animation when they die too. Look at that. I wonder if they have a sound effect when they pop like that. Probably do. Yeah, so you need 70 defense. You can also get it from bears, but you know, all you need is 70 defense and either coins or I guess you know, you can get it from bears, which I have a guide on my channel for bears. If you don't know how to do bears, I made a guide the other day on how to do it. So if you don't already know, feel free to check out my channel guide and you can try and get it at bears. Oh, really? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being 40 defense, especially if you're a pking account, but you know, Rune Armor is obviously the best at 40 defense. I recommend getting like 60 attack and strength before defense, but 60 defense if you're a main account and you're not pking, then 60 defense is definitely something you'll want at some point. So definitely keep that in mind. If you want to look cool and still be 40 defense, then I recommend you get some rock shell. A rock shell plate body and rock shell plate legs. It's the same stats as rune, but it looks a bit cooler, so I'm not sure if it's any more expensive though. That's something you'll have to look into if you want it. But I think it's about the same price, so just looks a little bit cooler. Unless you wear like Ceradomin or Zamrock, then you could argue that that looks cooler. But I think Rock Shell still looks cooler. And you know, it's like I said, the same stats. So I mean, some people do like the blue armor on like Rune Armor or Ceradomin better, but I've always liked Rock Shell. Kind of looks a little bit like Obsidian Armor. So you know, it's just a personal preference. But I've always worn Rune Armor myself, but it's like whoa, 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 thank you. But you know, now that I have Rock Shell Armor, I just kind of wear it if I want to do it. I think I sold my Ceradomin items off. But I used to wear Ceradomin plate body, plate legs, and Rune Defender. 60 defense is Dragon Armor. Besides Rune Armor, you can wear Granite at level 50, but Granite looks pretty stupid in my opinion. And a lot of people also agree, so... But if you don't care about, like, what they call fashionscape, or, you know, the way your character looks, then I would probably just go with Granite Armor, because it is best in slot at 50. As far as I know, I mean, there is Fighter Torso, but defense stats wise, and for new players, like, I don't even have a Fighter Torso. It's just something that takes extra time, and it's really not necessary. You know, you can just wear Bearer's Armor. Truthfully, you can. If you boss, Bearer's Armor could definitely also be better than Torso, because you can tank more hits. I think Fighter Torso only gives you +1 to your max hit, but you'll take a lot more damage because I think it has a lot less defense bonus than even Rune Armor or Rune Plate Body. So I don't really recommend you grind it unless it's something you really feel is absolutely necessary. I do think it's required for one of the achievement diaries, so I might get mine eventually. But it's like I plan to get full bears anyway at some point. If I never had plans to get bears, then yeah, I'd get my torso. Or if I was a pure, you know, I'd have my torso by now. But I mean, like a Zerker pure or a 40 defense pure, I'd have as a torso. But for the time being, I don't have any reason to get a torso. So definitely, I recommend just get yourself 60 defense. Then you can wear Dragon Armor. Dragon Armor looks pretty cool. The Dragon Plate Body, though, you probably won't be able to afford for a while. Because for some reason, it's just super overpriced. The chain body has less stats, I think, depending on which stats, defense stats, than the rune plate body. But it's also higher in certain aspects. But overall, the dragon plate legs will give you more defense bonus, with the dragon chain body still decently higher than the rune plate body and rune plate legs, so don't even worry about that. But either way, if you don't want the dragon chain body, you can also do that. I recommend at least buying the plate legs, because the plate legs are actually really good, and they're very cheap for the stats and the way they look. You know, I've always liked the red. Oh yeah, and you can also wear dragon boots. So make sure at level 60 defense you pick up a pair of dragon boots as well, because they're second best in slot for strength bonus. So, you know, you always want to maximize strength bonus where possible, because it'll make you do more damage and it'll boost your XP rates, and you'll be able to do things or beat monsters faster. Whoops, always let myself do that. I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna finish this out, this monster. Now I'm gonna go take a break and chill out. Not sure how long I've been streaming for. 2.5 hours. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and take a break, and then I'm just gonna chill out for a little while. And if I'm still here in a couple hours or whatever, you know, I'll probably start streaming again. But for now, I'm just gonna go chill out. See you later, man. Or shall I say 69. And subscribe if you guys haven't already. Hope you liked the video.